Hello, so this is going to be a tutorial on how to make an Egyptian collar. This project's meant probably for like kindergarten. They could wear it like this around their neck. So some of the materials that you will need to complete this project are paper plates like these, some paintbrushes, different colored paint. You probably want to stick to gold so it gives it that gold plated appearance. You can also use some foam sheets, but if you need other alternatives, you could use construction paper or even white paper and have your students color it in with different crayons or colored pencils or markers or anything like that. So what you want to do first is you want to be able to cut out the shape of the collar. So you want to be able to get a shape that looks like this. This is kind of the shape that you're going for. So the way that you cut that shape out is you're going to start with your paper plate and you are going to just cut a slit, and then you are going to just trace around to cut out the center of the paper plate so you can get that collar appearance. So you're going to go all the way around until you get the desired shape. You're also going to need scissors for this project. So once you have that desired shape down, you can go ahead and take your paint and completely cover your collar in paint. I have one that has been cut already, that has been painted already here, so it has that gold plated effect. You also want the students to have a minimum of 3 shapes to represent the jewels, so you can add get some math in there with the shape. So here I have just some circles, some triangles, and rectangles, and just kind of like a rhombus shape. So you want them to, after they have that, to glue it on here with the effect, and they can just kind of decorate the shapes how they like, but the purpose is that they have a minimum of 3 shapes that they can name and cut out. You can modify it for some students who need any help with like their fine motor skills that aren't able to do that. So you could provide them with pre-cut shapes, but they have to choose shapes that they know the names of if you need to modify it that way. But I would say this probably would take about an hour to do for a kindergarten class. You just have them cut around, you need them to paint it, and then they could, if the paint is still wet, they could just lay the shapes on there. So they should be able to stick on there. Once everything's all dry, you can, if you need to go back in with glue, you can do that. But yeah, it's a really simple way to do that, the collar. And you can also speak to them about the African culture that there was in Egypt, about just like pharaohs, their traditions, who wore these, why they wore them, when they wore them. So you're able to get a lot out of this project, more than just the typical art project where they're painting and, you know, decorating something.